others be successful, eventually you will get ahead in the company, because when you help others successful, people see you as a leader, not just as a manager, as Andy said earlier. You do the right thing, not just doing the thing right. And so adding value to the organization is important. Finding that ally in that organization is important. Because one of the things about, I guess, newer immigrant is we normally don't have the clout that we have by knowing, by actually socializing with our group, by going out to drink with them, or the hockey nights. You may or you may not. So it is important that you find that ally in work. So how do you find that ally in work? Is to help them, to help other people. So when you help other people, they will eventually come back to help you. Okay? So sometimes it's like making a deposit in a bank and withdrawing it later on. If you offer your help to other people first, when you need the help later on, they may help you back, and that's how you can get ahead. So collaboration, and then after collaboration, surround yourself with people who can help you. So other than the people at work, also think about people in the social environment and in your family. So know what you need help on, and then articulate it well to the people around you. You have to very clearly. Again, I'm speaking because of my personal experience as a woman. As an Asian woman, I would say that usually we're charged with the responsibility of looking after the family. You don't understand why we have to look after the family, as well as you have to have a career. But without any discussion, all of a sudden you realize that you have to look after the family too, other than the career. So with the family, sometimes you have to get help, right? And don't think that you can do everything yourself. Get people around you to help you, and sometimes all you need to do is articulate your help. Even with your spouse, they may be willing to help you, but if you don't tell them, they don't know. So tell them, ask for help, and then and that will be like with the family, and also sometimes with the relationship as well. Relationship, I mean sometimes like a business relationship. If you need to get to know people, if you're a newcomer in Canada, you need to know more people. You need relationship with other people. Ask people, do you know so-and-so who can help me with this particular area? So long as you ask, there are a lot of people, my experience is there are a lot of people who are willing to help you. All you have to do is ask. Okay, so with a lot of people around you trying to help you, we also have to prepare ourselves. So a few things that you need to prepare yourself is sometimes you have to take calculated risk, because not every move that you make towards your ultimate goal would be like a straight line promotion. Sometimes you have to sidebar, you have to do some lateral move. The lateral move, when you go for a lateral move, make sure it is roles that you can build some skill set that will take you to the eventual goal. And don't go just strictly for title, because building the skill set is very important. In my personal case, I was telling you that I managed a remote team before. From a branch manager going to the regional manager, it's a lateral move. It's not a promotion or anything, but and then I have to travel from Barrie to Niagara Falls. But it does give me the skill set of remotely managing a team. So it is skill set that I would say without that experience, I would not be able to do my job right now, because I manage 18 managers who are all over in Markham, not within one single location. And then, as I say, take calculated risk. Sometimes you have to take on a role that you don't have any, you're not familiar with, like the business banking role that I was not familiar with that at all. But you have to take some risks, right? Of course, you don't go into somewhere blindly. You have to be able to have 50% sure that you can do the job, and then 50% sure that you can learn from the job. Don't think that you have to have 100% of the skill set before you apply for a job. because if you have 100% of the skill set, what do you gain from that job? You have nothing to gain from that job. So, don't underestimate it either, right? Don't think that because you only have 50% of the skill, oh, I may not be good for the job. That's exactly why you need to go for the job, because you go there to learn. And then also, from time to time, you have to take a step back before you move forward. And also, in my earlier days, I did take a step back too. After I graduated from U of T, I was already a manager of customer service in the retail branch. But at that time, I was only like in my early 20s. I actually don't have the emotional intelligence. I'm sure that's part of your learning, right, in your course. I don't have the emotional intelligence to manage people, because managing people is about EQ, it's not about IQ. So I find myself, I'm not happy doing that job. So that I took a step down myself to become a loans clerk at that time, a single contributor position, and go back from there. So sometimes it's, again, you have to set your sight high, and don't just look at the next role. You need to know what are all the skill sets required for you to get higher in the future, and then get ready for that. There is a saying, luck is on the side of people who's ready. So while the opportunity is not there, get yourself ready. Don't just sit around, and never stop learning, because change is happening every day, and you can never stop learning. Okay? So getting ourselves ready, surrounded by people who can help us, ask for help. And last but not least, I would say, is change our outlook and language. A lot of times I hear from women and from visible minority or new immigrant, always say that, oh, because I'm visible minority, because I'm female, I don't have the opportunity to do such things. So my advice to you is the barrier is self-imposed. From my own experience, and from a lot of people that I have seen in Canada, there really is not a barrier for women, per se, for visible minority, and for new immigrant. So don't impose that barrier onto yourself. Don't look at that as a disadvantage, but rather look at that as an advantage. Change your outlook, change your language. And focus and leverage on your strength, because again, as an immigrant, you brought along a lot of the skill set and outlook from outside of Canada, which can benefit the people here. So use that as your advantage. At the same time, there may be areas that we are not as strong on. Get people to complement your weakness. If you are in a capacity of a team, don't hesitate to hire people who can complement your weakness. You have certain weakness, admit it, okay? Get people that can help you with that, but leverage your own strength and focus on that. Because only by focusing on your strength and leveraging on that and taking advantage of your own background, then you can flourish in this great land of Canada. So that's my personal experience, and I hope my few pointers can inspire you and help you plan your career as well.